Hello, I'm Jenna from Sit by Go, and today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite cold salads to keep in the fridge at all times. It's Caprese cucumber tomato salad. Disclosure though, I hate tomatoes. I absolutely hate them. So I just leave them in large enough chunks that they don't bother me and I can like pick them out, or I don't include them. So whatever. If you're a tomato hater, also you can still make this recipe, just make it a cucumber salad instead of the tomato kind. So the recipe I'm going to share with you today is one that I've made quite a few times. I like to make it for barbecues or just lunches. I'm a freelancer and I work from home, so if I have something chock full of vegetables for lunch, I usually power through the rest of the day just fine. There's no pasta in it, but you could make this with pasta instead of cucumber. That would be a more traditional pasta salad with caprese flavoring. This particular recipe I made for a gym event that I had. So I wanted something that wasn't like a boring salad and something that I could make the night before. And this is what I came up with because it's delicious. It has cheese, and I don't know, some healthy people say cheese is okay, some don't. I favor the people who like cheese. I love cheese. To make the dressing, you use garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper, and red wine vinegar. It's really simple, and the dressing is made separately. The ingredients are chopped separately, and then all you do at the end is combine them together in a large bowl. Then it sits in the fridge for a half hour to overnight, and it's delicious for a couple days at a time. When I'm working from home, I love to have this in the fridge, and when my husband comes home from work, he always goes to the fridge and gets a snack, and if something like this is in there, it prevents us from eating potato chips or things that are so delicious. I digress. For the salad, I like to add cucumbers, red pepper, red onions, tomatoes, and mozzarella balls, the kind that come in the store in a package, and I usually slice them in half because that makes me feel like I'm eating less of them, even though I'm eating all of them at the same time. But anyways, I like to slice them in half to make them match the other ingredients. Everything absorbs the flavors. The garlic is so delicious. One of my favorite ways to prepare garlic is not to eat it raw. I find that a lot of people don't like garlic because it has such a bitter bite when it's raw. So what I do is I put olive oil in a pan, just a little olive oil, like a tablespoon or two, and put the garlic in a pan. Now, garlic will cook very fast and will turn brown quickly. So you want to pull it right as it looks like it's about to turn another color. Right when it starts getting translucent, that's when you take it off the heat and just let it sit. And that usually takes the bite out of the garlic. I love eating the mozzarella and the basil and the garlic. I wouldn't even eat the other things if I didn't feel like I needed vegetables because it's so good. Sometimes I'll buy 2 containers of mozzarella just because I know I'll want to eat it dipped in the garlic and basil while I'm cooking. I can't explain it. It's an addiction. If you're making the salad for some sort of potluck or barbecue, you can easily keep it cold by bringing an ice pack to sit it on. The mozzarella is dairy, so it tastes delicious cold, and it's just such a light, refreshing salad, but chilled is definitely the best way to serve it. People love it. It was one of the things that went at the gym party. People feel like it's healthy enough. It has a ton of vegetable, tons of color. People usually love garlic, love mozzarella. It has a little bit of everything, so it's no surprise that it's one of the things that go, and no one wants to take home the food they made for a potluck or an event. That's gross. So just make something that everyone's gonna eat and love. It's that simple. My other recipe that I recommend for some type of an event that's a little bit different than the original is a Greek red potato salad. So it has like fresh dill. Again, it's not mayonnaise or anything. I'm not really a mayo lover, so I don't include a lot of that in my recipes, but it's one of those make ahead things that you're always happy when you open up the fridge and have it there to eat. You can get this recipe at sitbygo.com. Just search for a caprese cucumber tomato salad. And you can also find the recipe I mentioned for Greek potato salad. It's with fresh dill and feta. It's so delicious. I would just get them both and make both for your event if that's what you're cooking for. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to check them out. I'll also leave a link in the information below the video so you can send me a message and request a recipe in the future. We're always cooking over here and coming up with like creative ways to add veggies to meals and, you know, new spins on things that we've been eating for a long time. So if you have any ideas or things you're trying to figure out, send them my way. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers! So when you're deciding what basil to get at the store, you really can't go wrong as long as it's fresh. You want a basil that has all the leaves. They're looking good, they're bright and green. I usually end up getting these plants if I can't find any in a bag in the store. They're usually like $3 or $4, and although I usually kill them, this one has lasted like a few months, so I'm very, very proud of my green thumb, although I have a feeling I had nothing to do with it. It's just like a lucky plant. But as long as I keep watering it, it keeps seeming to grow. So anyways, I highly recommend stocking up on basil, and you don't have to throw it away either. You can just stick it in the fridge, in the freezer, and use it again in other recipes. Oh, one really good idea for basil is to chop it up, mix it with olive oil, and put it in ice cube trays in the freezer. So basically you have olive oil. Oh, you can throw in garlic too. So garlic, olive oil, and basil chopped up in cubes, and then you can throw them in pasta sauces, or when you're cooking chicken or something like that, just throw it in the pan so it cooks up. Delicious. So even if you buy more than you're gonna need, you can use it at a later date. Just freeze it. I don't know, it's just one of the to keep the salad chilled, sit it in a large basil is so good. Like, my mouth just salivated and I spit out spit. Yum. It's so good. I don't know, some healthy people say cheese is okay, some don't. I favor the people who like cheese.